The man approached the corpse and took off its pants and shirt. Then, both of them removed their own pants. Next, they gathered all the clothes on the ground. It turned out he had a plan. He wanted to use the clothes to escape the deep pit. He threw the pants into a pool of water to soak them. The next second, he pulled out a belt and tied it around a wooden stick. After making sure the stick was tightly secured, he tossed it upward. Then, he began to climb. But the muddy walls on both sides were too smooth. There was no place to get a foothold. Despite using all his strength, he couldn't reach the edge. The stick was starting to give way. Suddenly, he slipped and fell, injuring his knee. Then, it started to rain. The man was thrilled. If enough rainwater filled the pit, they could escape. But the woman became nervous. She didn't know how to swim. They tried climbing again. However, after the rain, the already slippery walls became even worse. The woman lost her grip and fell. Not knowing how to swim, she panicked and struggled wildly. Fortunately, the man caught her in time. The rain didn't last long, and their hope of escape was once again shattered. But soon, the woman noticed something strange about the man. That morning, when she woke up, she glanced at him and was terrified. His eyes looked empty, like a walking corpse. She instinctively stepped back, which startled the man awake. The first thing he did was rush to the pool and drink the muddy water. He didn't care how dirty it was. Suddenly, his expression became twisted. Without warning, he reached into the water. The woman stared at his back in shock. When he turned around, she saw what was in his hand, a frog with its head bitten off. Then, he handed the frog to her. She felt sick to her stomach and immediately vomited. That's when the man realized he had just eaten a live frog. At that moment, the rain started again. This time, he was determined to use it to escape. As the water level rose, it was finally high enough to climb. But the walls were still too slippery, and the woman fell again. On her second attempt, she managed to grab the edge. She stepped on the man's shoulders and jumped up. She crawled forward desperately, completely forgetting about the man in the pit. It wasn't until she heard his cries for help that she remembered she wasn't alone. She hesitated for a few seconds. Then, she kept crawling. A while later, guilt made her turn back. But when she looked into the pit, the man was gone. She was filled with regret. If she had been braver, maybe he wouldn't have died. But it was too late. No matter how much she regretted it, nothing could change what had happened. If you were the woman, would you have saved the man?